Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you? It is Friday, June 21st. We are getting ready to end our second week on Sunday. Can you believe it? It's crazy how time flies with taking this course. So, I wanted to kind of talk to you all about some emails that I've received, and I will respond to the emails that I have received. However, I do want to talk to all of you together as a class about the amount of work that you are doing for this course. So, first off, I do realize that it is a lot of work. So, and I think I said that in my very first um, announcement to you all that this class is a lot of work. It's a very fast paced class. It's 7 weeks. It's not even an 8 week session, which usually summer school classes are typically 8 weeks. Additionally, there are some summer school classes that are 5 weeks and 7 weeks. This one just happens to be 7 weeks. Furthermore, there are other classes that I do teach at many different universities that are 5 week courses. And so trying to learn all this content in a very short amount of time, I realize is a lot of work. And so that being said, I've had some questions about, hey, this class is a lot of work. There's a lot to do. I'm spending a lot more time in this class than in other classes, even other accelerated classes. So let me explain. So first and foremost, I have to cover the content, right? I can't cut content out in order for you all to learn. So this is to learn and better educate you and your learning abilities. Secondly, I've been kind of questioned on amount of time that should be spent. So some people have said, well, I've worked more than 12 hours. Some have said I've worked more than 20. Typically in a 7 week class for a 3 unit class, and this is what it is. You want to spend anywhere between 20 and 24 hours a week. Now, we all know that we learn differently, right? And we all know what kind of pace we learn at. So we could have individuals that are more visual based and they need to and or kinesthetic, so you need to write notes, right? Or your reading just takes a lot longer. So that being said, it could take you longer or it could take others less time, just depending on your learning style. And so typically it is around 20 to 24 hours. But that being said, it also involves you yourself as an individual. I do realize that it's a lot, right? Like when you click on that module and you're like, whoa, there's a lot to do. I realize there's a lot. And so that's why I kind of opened the module up early. And I also sent a message, an announcement saying, hey, y'all, don't forget that the APA assignment is due this week. However, I will say that I've kind of changed my mind on that. But let me rephrase that. I sent an announcement saying, hey, your APA assignment is due this week. We're closed. The library's closed on Wednesday because of Juneteenth. It's closed on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. And so I realized that there wasn't a lot of time, but I also opened the module up early last week. So you guys were able to kind of look ahead to see what was due and how quickly you can. And I'll talk about the APA assignment in a little bit or in a separate video. So, as I don't want to get that convoluted. I've also been asked by several classmates, hey, this is not a university level class, it's a community college class. So let me make this very clear. All community college classes and all university level classes are the same education. So me teaching this class at the University of Southern California, they're doing the exact same thing that you all are doing. It's not that you all are not capable. It's not that they're smarter than you. It's not that the classes are harder. They're the exact same class in the exact same undergraduate work that you all are doing. And this is undergraduate general education classes. So that being said, it's the same amount of work. So, what's the difference between a university level and a community college level? Quote unquote, what's the difference? The difference is one, cost. And so, that being said, cost is a factor. Two, could be your ability to either get in at the time that you may transfer or not. And so maybe your grades weren't good enough, right, to get into a university, but yet you can go to a community college, up those grades in your GPA, and then you can transfer to the college of your dreams, hopefully. And most of the time that does happen. Additionally, the flexibility is a little bit more conducive for the student. What does that mean? So, being flexible, you can kind of build your schedule, right? And at the university levels, you have a harder time building that schedule because there's such hard schedules that there's no kind of compromising of what works well for your schedule right now versus, what works well for my schedule later, etc., where that works for you currently. Please know I am hearing what you are saying, and I really, really appreciate the feedback. And I'm taking that majorly into consideration. However, I do want you to recognize that this is an accelerated class. And although you may have had accelerated classes previously, um, remember all professors teach differently too. And so that being said, someone may have just not wanted to, have a lot of work, meaning a lot of work such as, do or for having you do the work. Or they just didn't build the class in enough time. But I do want you guys to learn the material. And so that being said, if you're having a hard time keeping up, reach out to me. Remember, I'm a person, right? And I care about each and every one of you, and I care about your concerns. And so, that being said, I'm here to help you. So, if you need more time, if you feel like, oh man, there's a lot of work, Dr. G, can we get extra time? Reach out to me and say, I can't get this all done. No, I don't need explanation. I don't need hey, my grandma's in the hospital. I hope nobody's grandma's in the hospital. But, those typical, you feel like you need to give an explanation. If you just are honest and you say, hey, Dr. G, this is just a lot of work that I need more time to get through, I'm totally okay with that. So, what I'm thinking about I'm going to pretty much go through the class and kind of reevaluate some things because I do hear your concerns. So I just want to let you know that doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of everything. However, I'm going to reevaluate some stuff, right? And then number two is I'm probably just going to open the class up, meaning that there's going to be due dates, but the due dates are going to be at the end of the semester. And you'll be able to start the modules. So I'll open the modules up. And once you finish one module and complete all the assignments, you can go on at your own pace for the assignments. And so this way, you can kind of move at your own pace and not feel stressed to, I got to get this done by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. Please know that it's going to take me some time to kind of re-go in and change all of the assignments and things like that. But I think that should give you kind of this fresh of breath, this freshness of okay, I'm not on a time crunch. However, it is very important to still keep time management skills. So that being said, if you want to take this class, say you take a Monday, Wednesday class, you want to log in on a Monday, Wednesday at a time that you would typically go to class, right? So if class is from, 3 to 6 Monday, Wednesday, then you would log in from 3 to 6 Monday, Wednesday and do the class work. Additionally, you just kind of want to set that time aside. I do know that it is a lot, right? You're watching videos, you're reading. Some people got the text, some people didn't get the text. That was a major mistake by academic affairs. And I'm not blaming them because obviously there was some sort of miscommunication. The bookstore didn't get my recommendation. Academic Affairs initially thought that this was going to be an OER class. And so that's why it was in the catalog. So for those individuals that purchased the book and that cannot go back and return it, I sincerely apologize. However, for each of the chapters or things that you're reading, they are actually chapters in that book. So rather than reading all the OER material, you can actually read the book material and forget all the OER material, except for those videos that I'm sending, because the videos are kind of super important to watch. As for your concerns about assignments and guidelines, it's my hope that if you need further assistance or you have questions, I'm here to help you, guide you through that. I will look to see what better I can do. As for the Toolman thing that you have to do this week, if you have that PDF form, you don't have to print it out, but you can simply copy and paste the information in the PDF and put it in a Word document, and or copy and paste it and put it in your Canvas, right? Assignment. And then just submit that as like a, actually writing. I don't recommend that, only because then you could lose it if it doesn't save, right? As far as videos, I do know that I even have a hard time with videos and submitting videos if they're longer than so many minutes via Canvas. So what I highly recommend is possibly using a different tool to do those videos, whether it's your phone and you do like an MP4 video, or you use your computer, or you come on and do a YouTube video, and you just make it a link to to me or the class. That way, then we're able to view it. That way, I think it would be a lot easier for you to take as much time as needed. You don't have to write any scripts or anything, but if that makes you feel better, being able to properly communicate what you're trying to do, that's totally fine. But it's not warranted, it's not needed. So I do want to make sure that all of your, what am I trying to say? All of your concerns are definitely being heard and listened to, and I'm here for you all. I want you all to do well in this class. I want you all to succeed, and you will. I promise. I promise. I promise. But keep reaching out. Ask me questions. I'm here to listen as well. But if you want to get on the phone and talk to me, if you want to Zoom with me, anything that it would be easier to communicate with, that would be a lot. However, please keep in mind that this is a not even eight, it's a 7-week course with, we've got a 4th of July holiday coming up. We had Juneteenth coming in. And so with those kind of holidays and the campus closed, unfortunately, I'm not working. It doesn't mean that you all can't, but you're not supposed to. So if it was a face-to-face class, you wouldn't be coming into class, right? So it's kind of the same thing. And I want you all to take and enjoy your days off and your holidays, as you should. And so all of that set aside, please keep in mind that I'm hearing you. I understand your concerns, but the work is there. It has to be there, as a typical regular class, right? And then finally, and I also know, just as a FYI, I do know that there are classes like mine that are way worse. So, meaning that discussions are like 4 to 6 pages long. So, students are like, this is a lot to keep up with, and they're just discussions. So, those aren't even papers and projects. So, I'm going to look through. It's going to take me some time. So, I'll probably be opening up module 3 on Sunday, Monday, because it will take me time to kind of look through everything. And then I'll continue to look at the other modules coming up. And if you have any other questions or concerns, please continue to come to me, and I will email you back if you have emailed me. But I wanted to come on and say hi to everybody and let you know that if you are feeling these feelings and you just haven't said anything, it's okay. Your other classmates are coming to me, and so I felt like this was the time to express any of those concerns. I will be seeing you and I will be doing an APA update. All right. Have a good day.